Hello my dear students, very good afternoon. I am back again with another day's newspaper analysis. We shall discuss today the newspaper dated July 6. I am very sure that all my students are preparing very hard for the upcoming State Bank of India prelims exams. I am very sure that you have sufficiently done a lot of practice examinations that we have uploaded. Make sure that you do examinations as many as possible, that will take you closer to the success in the examination. Maximum simulation tests must be done, and that is the way to succeed. In the last lab, what you need to do is to ensure that you learn question section wise. Suppose 10 questions out of 35, 10 questions are simplification, then do a lot of simplification questions. Suppose 5 questions are number series, then do a lot of number series. Similarly, you have to proceed so that you are more exam focused now. All these days we have been learning. Now it is the time for you to prepare for the examination, the real test. So in that sense, in that way you should proceed and learn. Do as many questions as possible. We shall start. Tribal rights activist Father Sami dies in Mumbai hospital. Very unfortunate incident. A victim of state tyranny, many say. Tribal rights activist Father Sami dies in Mumbai hospital. 84-year-old priest was accused in Bhima Koregaon violence case. Sami is a Jesuit priest who has been working along with Adivasis in the Jharkhand state. He has been working for them, but he was accused to have involved in the Bhima Koregaon violence case. Let us discuss the issue in detail. He was a tribal activist, rights activist who was accused in the Bhima Koregaon caste violence case. He was arrested on October 20, 2020 from Ranchi and was sent to Taloja jail where he served almost 8 months. On May 29, 2021, he was shifted to a private hospital after directions from the High Court. He was arrested by the National Investigation Agency and even he was charged with severe provisions of law which did not allow the parole or interim bail, even bail. The Jesuit priest was suffering from bilateral hearing loss, severe back pain and Parkinson's disease, even loss of memory. His request for a sipper to drink water, that was also turned down. Listen how cruel the state was. His request for a sipper to drink water was also turned down. I shall tell you what this Bhima Koregaon violence case. It refers to a violence during the annual gathering on January 1, 2018 at Bhima Koregaon to mark the 200th anniversary of gathering, Battle of Bhima Koregaon. The violence and stone pelting by the crowd on gathering resulted in the death of a 28-year-old youth and injury to 5 others. The annual celebration was also called Elgar Parishad Convention. The 1818 Battle of Koregaon, listen, the 1818 Battle of Koregaon is of importance for Dalits in Jharkhand. On January 1, 1818, 200 years ago then, 800 troops of East India Company's Bombay Presidency Army with a large number of Mahars, predominant among them, defeated a numerically superior force of the Peshwa Bajirao II. To commemorate this particular success of Dalits that Bhima Goregaon gathering took place on January 1, 2018, and in the subsequent unfortunate incident, one person died. Immediately the state arrested and the state connected the Jesuit priest, 84-year-old Sami, and he was sent to jail, charging him with UAPA, a tough draconian law which we discussed many times before. His last wish was to give an interim bail, which was also denied by the state. So who was the culprit? Is it the government, or is he a victim of the entire legal system of this country? Quite unfortunate. Supreme Court aghast that Section 66A of IT Act is still used. Listen, in 2015, the Section 66 of the IT Act of India was taken out by the Supreme Court. Supreme Court found it distressing, shocking and terrible that people were still booked under Section 66 of the Act. Look, such an act is not there now in the statute. It was struck down by the Supreme Court in 2015. Supreme Court of India struck down an act in 2015, and even after 6 years, a good number of people are booked under the Section 66, the same act which was repealed by the Supreme Court. The provision provides for 3 years imprisonment if a social media message caused annoyance or was found grossly offensive. As per 66A, Section 66A of the IT Act, 3 years imprisonment could be given if a social media message caused annoyance or was found grossly offensive. This particular provision was struck down by the Supreme Court a few years ago in 2015, but the police are using the same act, invoking the same section, arresting people, and that is quite shocking to the Supreme Court of India. The Attorney General said that the latest law book still contain the provision, and the fact that it was struck down is given only as a footnote, meaning the law books which the police follow still carry this section of the act, and in fine print it is given that it was struck down by the Supreme Court. Quite unfortunate that the police are becoming law unto their hands. ONORC, One Nation, One Ration Card scheme in Delhi, Bengal soon. Look, ONORC, what is that? One Nation, One Ration Card scheme in Delhi, Bengal soon. One Nation, One Ration Card scheme is to be rolled out in Delhi and West Bengal soon. These are two states where BJP is not ruling. In different states, ONORC is in different stages of implementation. Assam lags much behind because of the poor Aadhaar penetration. So we all know about EPOS, electronic POS machine, point of sales machine, electronic point of sales machine, which are widely used in the ration shops in Kerala. You would have seen or used EPOS machine. So everything is connected to the server through internet. This was done to reduce pilferage in the PDS system, public distribution system, but ONORC is in different stages of implementation in different states. Soon it will be rolled out in West Bengal and Delhi. You should know this name, One Nation, One Ration Card. CoWIN made open source Prime Minister. CoWIN is our COVID vaccination platform. Very important question. CoWIN made open source. CoWIN platform is made open source and will be available to all countries. We know that technology is widely used in vaccinating people, who all are vaccinated, who all are to be given the first dose, who all are to be given the second dose. We cannot give the same vaccine must be given as the second dose to the same person. So it requires a huge web portal to get the things done. So that portal is offered, developed internally by India, and now it is given to all countries. Any country, if they want to use CoWIN, can use. That is what the Prime Minister says. So it's a gift of India to other countries. CEO of National Health Authority R.S. Sharma, please take note. CoWIN is said to be the fastest tech platform in the world to amass over 200 million registrations in a record 4 months, and then 300 million registration in a mere 5 months. Whenever India does something big, that comes to limelight and will even come for the examination. So you should know that CoWIN is claimed to be the fastest technological platform in the world, which covered 300 million people in just 5 months. Okay. Over 1,000 Afghan troops flee to Tajikistan. Tajikistan shares border with Afghanistan. We know what all are happening in Afghanistan. In Afghanistan, American and NATO forces, they left Afghanistan. They have been making presence in Afghanistan for the past 20 years. America landed in Afghanistan to hunt Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda, which was responsible for attacking the World Trade Center in Manhattan, New York. America accomplished its task of catching Osama bin Laden when he was caught from a place called Abbottabad near Islamabad in Pakistan, and was killed later in the operation. American interest in Afghanistan ended with the killing of Osama bin Laden. So America slowly pulled out of Afghanistan. America and NATO forces started pulling out of Afghanistan in the month of May and will end before September 2021. They have almost vacated Afghanistan. So the official Afghanistan government, which has been supported all these years by US NATO forces, they now see themselves in the dock. Taliban, the ultra nationalist, ultra religious forces, are closing in on Kabul, the capital of Afghanistan. They have already taken control of most of the parts of the country. So now the official forces in Afghanistan, they find it difficult to live because supply lines are strained and they face Taliban onslaught. So facing Taliban onslaught and the fear of an onslaught by Taliban forces, official Afghan forces are fleeing to neighboring Tajikistan. Taliban forces are fast closing in on as the US NATO forces have left the country. Please read, you should know all these things as a story. This is why every day I tell, and now soon we shall know the fate of the country, Afghanistan, whether the government forces will be able to successfully fight the Taliban forces, which is quite unlikely, or how soon will Taliban forces take over the country, or will the government forces fight the Taliban forces for longer term, whether the country will fall into a civil war. All these things are there to be seen. So continuously read about how things are moving in Afghanistan. Nilekani named ONDC panel, very important. ONDC means Open Network for Digital Commerce. Nandan Nilekani is the former chairman and currently the chairman, non-executive chairman of Infosys, the IT giant, and National Health Authority CEO, whom we just discussed, R.S. Sharma, are appointed members of an advisory council for creating an open network for digital commerce, ONDC. What is ONDC? ONDC will promote open networks developed on open source methodology. It is not proprietary. Softwares are of two kinds. One is proprietary softwares, other is open source software. Proprietary software has got an ownership. If you want to use it, you have to purchase. But open source or open source things, you need not purchase. It won't involve much cost. So ONDC will promote open networks developed on open source methodology to digitize the entire value chain, derive logistics efficiencies, and enhance value for customers. Mary Kom, Manpreet Singh to be flag bearers at the opening ceremony of Tokyo Olympics. Tokyo Olympics is closing in on. It will take place in the month of July. And who are going to be the flag bearers of the Indian contingent in the opening ceremony? It is going to be Mary Kom, boxing champion, and Manpreet Singh, the Indian hockey team skipper. Boxer Mary Kom and men's hockey team skipper Manpreet Singh will be the Indian flag bearers in the Tokyo Olympics opening ceremony. Very important, very important. It will come for your exam. My dear students, thank you very much. At 3 o'clock we shall meet again with another live session of either math, English or reasoning. Till then, goodbye, study hard. Exams are coming. SBI exam 10, 11, 12, 13 of July prelims. Make sure that all of you study with full heart and put in all your energy and efforts and remain focused. Success will be yours. Thank you.